This is the reservoir. This is the main electrolysis cell. 30 plates. The water from the reservoir falls down by gravity into here, and there's a pump down there, so there's a continuous circulation of water between the reservoir and the cell. Continuous circulation. The gas comes up through these two hoses and is introduced back to the side of the reservoir, where the gas bubbles up and is collected here at the top of the reservoir. The Brown's gas comes through here, and any moisture, splashes, or foam, any liquid is captured here on a first, what I call a splash catch. This catches liquid electrolyte-rich water before it goes on into the main bubbler scrubber. This is a massive pressure relief explosion safety system here, but we don't ever need to use this, and we'll see why in a bit. All the Brown's gas comes up through here, a fish stone, the bottom of this chamber, tiny porosity fish stone. It comes up through this column of water. So any residual steam that may have traces of electrolyte should be caught here. This catches the vast majority of electrolyte-rich steam, even when this water warms up from hours of continuous usage. As you can see, we've just been running it for a couple hours. The water line has come down to here, where we could add some more water and fill it back up to maybe here. So we just used up that much water breathing it for 2 hours. This HHO gas is coming up through this water column, small bubbles through a fish stone, and then it's coming and passing through this blue piece, which I'll move this. Oops. It's passing through this piece, which is from oxygen breathing system. It's a moisture catch. So this is catching any moisture that's left after coming through this bubbler system. This is filled with beads. These are desiccant water absorbing beads. As you can see, they're starting to turn pink here. This side's still more blue. So you can see it's forcing pressure over here as it tries to, it comes in one tube up here, and it's trying to find the other tube down here to escape. And as it tries to circulate around, it loses moisture, and these absorb that, thereby prolonging, which I change these beads more often, prolonging all the beads over here. Huge amount of moisture absorbing beads. You can see at the top, they're turning pink as it's absorbing moisture that has come through here. So any last moisture that has made it through this system is collected inside of this chamber. This is a 1 micron filter inside that the gas is forced to pass through, and any moisture residual is caught in these desiccant beads, which are blue, and as they absorb moisture to capacity, they start to turn pink here at the top layer. So all of this, so we're extending the life of all this through here. And when these all do get pink, it's ready to put them in the oven, and they can be dried out and recharged to use again. Here we have the pressure valve system, the pressure gauge, and the gas coming out. As the gas comes out, and by the way, should there be any traces of electrolyte, this brass quickly reacts, turning black. As you can see, there's no blackness here. This has not reacted even after tens and tens of hours, hundreds of hours of usage, indicating that there's no electrolyte left coming out of here. This comes through here, where we have an optional 2 oxygen concentrators that we can use for exercise with oxygen therapy, should we decide to do that. But mainly we're just interested in breathing the Brown's gas. This comes through these series of one-way valves through here under the table, where we have additional layers of purification technology here strapped to the table, so I can move about the whole place. This long cord can move all around here and not worry about knocking these over. So these are strapped into place. And here we have very high level filtration, 1 micron filter underwater. This is pure Brown's gas circulating through this system, absolutely purifying any possible contaminants, electrolytes, anything that could be left after all these layers from the main system over here. Additional extra purification here. So we have a 1 micron filter underwater, forcing all the gas to come into contact with the water interface, trapping any contaminants down to the level of bacteria into this system. So we have absolutely pure gas coming out of this chamber here, 100% medical grade, absolutely pure, safe to breathe forever. And finally, this comes through the final safety bubbler. Should you light a match at the end of your cannula, it would go through. This is an expandable, stretchable hose, so this hose can take an explosion and stretch a little bit, helping to relieve pressure. And this final safety piece has a little pressure release valve on top to help it take an explosion. When I do welding with this system, I use a different one of these that has a bunch of pressure release valves on top as well, in case there was an explosion. This is a safe system though. I do this while I'm grounded. Right now I have socks on, nice camel socks. But I normally am grounding on this homemade grounding sheet. This is pure copper tape covering this whole thing, which is grounded through a cord that goes outside to a pristine ground outside. So I'll be grounding here, normally with bare feet. I think I'm grounded even through these wool. These are camel socks. I think I'm still grounded now. And we'll be breathing through this cannula from this ultra pure, high quality Brown's gas, hydrogen and oxygen therapy. So there you have it. That's how this system works. And that's how we get extremely high quality, very, very pure Brown's gas. Until next time.